It took the internet by storm when it was showcased at the Xbox Developer Direct. And that's simply because it looked way better than I think a lot of us expected it to.
Nah, it looked like slop, mate. Just gonna jump into it, you know? What's up? Fable looks like slop, and you're allowed to be cynical about it. Why? Why is people being hyped for this game when you've been burnt again, and again? The industry has gone, you know what works? We'll just make open world slop games that incorporate whatever previous IP, and then just make them look realistic. Just make them look all the same. Okay, let's just take any soul out of what the original art was. Because that's what's happening, and it's only happening because people are buying it. People are getting hyped, people are consuming it, and it's pretty annoying. So when it comes to realism and high-end graphics, oh, I just want the graphics to be good, guys. I just want good graphics. What do you mean by that? Because when I challenge people on that, they just go, oh, I just want it to look better. Define what means to look better. Does it mean look better by having, oh, you want a higher polygon count? You want to have more vertices? Do you want 2B's ass? Like, I feel like that's good, right? You want 2B's ass. Everyone needs more ass. But people aren't meaning that. They just don't know what they mean, because they just say, I want it to look better. All right. So to those people, you don't just cater and go, all right, let's make it hyper-realistic, because then you just suck all the soul out. No, you keep it so it has its distinct art style, but you've refined it over time. That's what it should be. Now, what we got with Fable, it doesn't look very Fable to me. Fable, especially in the first game, the second and third game, they toned it down a little, but they still had a specific style, right? And the first game, even with the body proportions, you can tell they're a lot more cartoony. It's not meant to be realistic. It is meant to be a fantasy world, and in turn, there are other aspects of the fantasy, not just the setting, that can be enhanced or changed. Then people will make the defense of things like, well, it's still a fantasy world. Look, you got a giant in the trailer. You got David. You've got giant vegetables just growing out all over the place. You've got the weapons, the armor. Like, no, this looks like a LARP. This looks like an RP. This is real people in our world trying to RP. Oh, I want to be at the Renaissance Fair. This isn't Fable. And then there's so many people going, yo, this looks like Fable. How? Tell me why this is Fable. What is the reason why I should play this? Because I'm not seeing it. Now, we'll go past the graphics, because I think that's quite an obvious one to compare. So, I'll tick the box, say, it's not Fable. So, what else is Fable? Okay, so now we've got fully open world. Great, another reason to be enjoying the modern sphere of open world slop. Do you want more Metroid Prime 4? Which is, you know, the game that I love. I love that. Giant desert with nothing in it. Well, we got rolling hills with seemingly nothing in it. We've got, I would assume, many other places within the game that just has nothing in it. Is that the type of content you want? Which is strange, because in a lot of games, people get upset when it takes longer to travel to places. They get upset at their time being wasted. And yet here, maybe they'll add a fast travel system. I'm sure they will. But what's the point of creating an open world if you're just going to skip it? Yet people are still gobbling it up. Oh, it's open world, that's great. No one likes open world anymore. Breath of the Wild seems to be a fluke, and it was interesting, but it wasn't the open world. The open world was dead. It was barren. Let's be real. Most of that was empty, wasted space. And now we've got this in Fable as well. The reason why it worked in Breath of the Wild was because you had a bunch of mechanics, and the whole focus was, how do you traverse the open world? Is that the case in Fable? No. Why do you have an open world in a game that isn't designed to be open world? That's my point. So they've just put it in there because current trend. Whether or not it's Microsoft's doing, or if it is Playground Games that's done this, there's somewhere in the direction that is clashing with the design philosophy of the franchise. So again, open world does not mean Fable. Why is this in a Fable game? Okay, then let's look at the gameplay. From what we saw, the combat, I think it looks crap. I'm quite the gamer. And what they showed so far, especially with the prior bits, I see UE5 issues, UE5 issue, gameplay, UE5 issue. It's all the same. We've had this so many times and been burnt again and again. You can be cynical. You can, in fact, go, this game's going to bomb. It will sell really, really well on the first. month it comes out. And then after that, it'll be forgotten. No one will care. Because there's no identity, no soul to it. And the gameplay, it looks cheap. The hits do not register on the opponent. There's no oomph to it. There's no... The impact that the old Fables had. Fable 1 got it right. If you hit a guy with a spell, they went flying. Whereas here, you hit with a fireball, it just comes off as a cheaper version of Skyrim. To be fair, great comparison. This game looks like an inferior version of Skyrim. If you want this experience, just play Skyrim. Oh, but Skyrim doesn't look good. Mod it then. You have no excuse to just play Skyrim instead of this game. What is the selling point of this game that makes it good? So the spells don't have the oomph. The swings from the weapons don't seem to have oomph. And it seems a lot more slower, less interactive. And Fable's combat was very interactive. It always has been. The spells was interactive. Even the melee hits, how much the enemies would get knocked back and feel that presence. Just in the animations anyways. In this, it doesn't seem that way. It seems really stilted, stiff. The feedback isn't there. Oh, but you've got the interesting new polymorph that they added. If you introduce a perma-stun mechanic, it's going to get boring real fast because you go, why don't I just turn everyone into chickens and then just attack them and kill them? Just turn them into chickens and kill them. Done. Just go for it. Right. I had this whole section planned, scripted out, doing a big edited video, and you know what? I don't care. It's more immersion. Big subject, right? That's what Fable is. Oh, we've spent ages spending 1,000 NPCs and crafting a whole legacy for them to go across and do jobs and have a daily routine. I don't care. Why? There's a glaring issue, a glaring thing that just breaks immersion. I don't care because this thing breaks immersion so much, everything you do to try and cause people to be engaged will cause people to not be engaged because of this one issue, one glaring issue. I wonder what it is. I wonder. Can you tell me what it is? You can't get past this. If you try and create a world full of immersion, but when you have such a glaring issue that doesn't make any sense, how can anybody be immersed? You are not taking your own property seriously, and this is exactly why I think Fable will flop. You try and make an RPG that doesn't care about itself. It doesn't care about the roots of its own internals, consistency, its own structure. What is the logistics of this world? Because when this exists, you're just throwing me off. In the past, we had this. Fable 1 had thunder. It had whisper. The thing was, they were given set accents because they were unique, because they were distinct. They had their own culture. They had their own identity. Here, you're stripping away identity. This is exactly the issue with Fable. You're just stripping away Fable's identity, and it's so glaringly obvious. Doing stuff like this further pulls it away. And the greater thing, you have morality is grey in a game about choices. If morality is grey, then that would imply that choice doesn't matter, because you're having no standards. If your game has no standards, why should you care? How can you sell a game that has no standards? The whole principle of the game is, do you have choice? My character's appearance will reflect my choices. Yet you've taken that away too. You've taken away the morphing feature of the prior games. You've taken away the exact thing that made Fable its core identity. And now you're trying to sell it to us as a skin suit, as a puppeteered parody. And this is the part that's vile. I could go into depth and explain every issue, every point, but if you have no internal consistency, no world, and at the same time you say it's morally grey, and that you don't care about good and evil, I don't care. You don't care about your own property, you don't care about the game. Everybody who wants to care about Fable should not care, because it doesn't matter. The game itself is saying, we don't care, it does not matter. Why should we buy it? Why should anyone buy it? So I'll leave it at that. There's not much to say about this. I don't want to give this video, any more of my time, because it doesn't deserve it. This topic does not deserve it, purely on that basis. If you're going to hollow out the entire identity of a game, you're going to take away the entire philosophy of the game, and then replace it with this, and then have external influences factor in the internal, and give no reason to explain it. And instead, all you do with that is just push external jokes. It's awful. I'm sorry, you could have sold it better. Maybe marketing team screwed you over. But Fable, to most normal people, we're already wary of it. The pattern recognition has kicked in. It'll fail and it will flop. Thank you for your time. Take care.